Hey guys, I just want to give a quick disclaimer before the video starts. I put the silent tour of the final product at the beginning of the video instead of the end. This is because I decided to break up the process of building the settlement into the beginning, middle, and end product. That part of the video will act as the commentated tour. So if you want to avoid any spoilers, I would suggest that you guys watch the silent tour and then the commentated part of the video if you're curious about the decision-making process behind building it. And with that out of the way, let's jump into it.
I can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
The farm's not much, but it's something.
Should be a fine day for a walk.
It's good to know we can count on the Minutemen.
back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
Okay guys, and that was the silent tour. So for a little context, what you're about to see is me going through the original build I made here over a year ago. The dialogue is unscripted, so there's going to be quite a few uhs and ums in there. The reason I'm doing these quick voiceover transitions is to clean up the dialogue a little bit, which will hopefully help the video flow a bit better. So cut to me going through my original build. So anyway, we're going to walk through this one now. This never got finished, but as I'm walking through it, I was making... Yeah, so as I'm walking through it though, I made a bunch of horrible mistakes when I was initially building it. Now, it's definitely not finished. No final pass was ever made on this for decorating or anything like that. And frankly, I don't even know what the plan for it was. By the looks of it, I had a... Oh my god, out of the way! So, you know, the interior mod isn't the best. I think the stairs could have been done a little bit better, but also I don't make mods, so I'm in no place to talk. And so, yeah, this is, looks like I was making some sort of logistics location for the Minutemen building. So the interiors... God, these settlers. Oh! Anyway, so the interiors do give a little bit of space, but honestly not a lot.
Raiders thought we were easy pickings.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrap this being the bar and make this into barracks, and that would make loads more sense. And as you guys can see, I already did one little modification, and I put this bar counter in here. So I think I'm gonna make this the bar. I cannot make a settlement without making a bar, I know. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with the fishing dog. I'm kind of mad at myself for scrapping all the junk that was on it, because that definitely would have made it look a little more realistic. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or change it into something else. I also have a makeshift bridge right here. Probably gonna try to figure out something better to do with this. And then I believe I was just using this building to hide the generator, because even with scrap everything, I'm pretty sure I cannot scrap this. Oh wait. Oh my god. It's letting me scrap it. Well, let's just get this out of the way right now. Oh my god, that's amazing. Alright, that's good. Great. Station. We're going to totally get rid of this. I guess it's just some makeshift barracks, yeah. Oh god, that is just so lazy. Ugh. I don't know if I'm going to keep the scaffolding or not. I might not. I might try to do something a little more intricate and creative.
We taught those raiders a lesson.
Basically, I have nothing but workbenches in here. I'm not sure what I can do with this space. I think I had some kind of bunker vault thing planned for it. We're gonna have to see what I can actually do here. Maybe I might be able to cram a floor right there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so the plan is we're going to convert this into some barracks, and we're going to convert the gas station into the bar. And then after that, we're going to figure out what to do with the original barracks and the warehouse. So I will check back in with you guys once I have that done. Alright, so I've been at this for about an hour and a half right now, and I think I've done a huge improvement. So this is no longer a bar, it is a barracks, and I did my best to make it look military, but also a little homey. I know a lot of military barracks aren't like this in real life, but I figured, you know, if these guys are here for the long run, then you can, you know, they have a ton of things that they can do. Most of this is, I believe all this is actually creative clutter, and I believe I have a mod that gives me more beds, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, and the Minutemen flag is Evil Viking 13's Minutemen morale pack. I use that in all my Minutemen settlements. So then we come up here. This one is still a little empty. I'm going to do some more wall decorating on my final run through the place, but I figured this is good enough to show you guys for now for the progress update. 3 more bunk beds up here, totaling for 6, and then we have a recreational terminal here, wet bar, and a lounge area. I still have some space to fill in around here. The amount of windows does make it hard because I can't hang up posters because of how the wall is made. So I have fixed the bar, turned that into a barracks, and now I've moved the bar out here, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought this would be a lot harder, but it really wasn't. So I put a bunch of the I forgot what these are called specifically, but they're the different colored lights that you can, you know, press and it'll change colors. Wait, what's it called? Cycling light. And then I put a bunch of, they're not props, they're, you know, stationary props, you can't move them. But I put them along the 2 ledges here, and a bunch of kitchen stuff in the back. And I'm still deciding if I want to go through the hassle of actually trying to put props on these shelves.
Another day of hard work.
So we'll see how we're feeling after that. So then now, as I said before, next step in the plan, we're going to get rid of this like makeshift barracks right here. I figured out what I want to do with this. I'm going to make this the commander's quarters. I'm going to give him a living space on the bottom and make the bedroom up here. And it's still going to be tight. Like I actually haven't worked out all the details yet, but I think that's what I'm going to do with this building right here. And we are still working on the warehouse. It's going to be a workshop type area. I just can't figure out another thing to do with it right now. Because initially I was going to make that workshop and utility over there and do something unique with this place, but I just cannot figure out what to do with this place. But we will figure it out as we go along, but right now we are worried about getting rid of those barracks and making this into the commander's quarters, and then we'll get to this when we get to it. Okay, so I'm back now, and I think I finally figured out what I want to do with the place. I have an idea. Don't mind that, that's temporary, just so I can actually, you know, dress some of these NPCs up and make them look, you know, a little more part of the settlement. So I took all the fishing stuff on that dock and I moved it over to this one, and I like it. It's a little more out of the way, but it still makes sense that it was here. And so I also changed the guard tower. So then I think I finally figured out what I want to do with this place, and I did my best I could to patch up the ramp, the floor here. There is a little gap right here, but I'm not really worried about it. And so the view I have is a R&D sort of sector of my Minutemen army that's here. As you can see, I already have some chemistry stations and action mats down to you know, get the impression that something's going on here. Now I just need to figure out what I want to have them develop here. So I'm thinking if I can find a mod that allows me to put like a vertibird down, and I can make it look like they're trying to restore a vertibird, that'd be great. I'm gonna go through what I have in my different mods and see what I can actually do with this space. And then I did I'm pretty much done decorating up here. I'm going to put a couple more props down before the final build, but that is the updated view of it. I did stick one more bed up here, so it is not perfect yet, but it is a good start. So that's the plan right now. So hopefully I will have a almost completed project when I get back, or I will be further into the build with a plan to continue further with it. So I will see you guys then. Alright boys, big progress in the idea department has gone down. So I was able to figure out what the R&D department was doing. I did my best to hide this unsnappable door feature right here, but I think you guys are really going to like what I came up with. So here we are. Yes, that is right. We are refurbishing a pre-war tank for the use of the Minutemen. Now I have a bunch of random workstations strung about here. No like little details have been added yet, but right now it was just getting the NPCs to actually come in. So anyway, what is next up? Still continue to ignore that. It'll be gone during the final tour. I am going to fill in this wall here in the cafeteria and maybe put up some more stuff on the wall. I don't know. The cafeteria is looking a bit empty though, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to solve that. So right up here, so if I don't assign NPCs, they're actually sitting down in the office chairs, which is just making me light up with joy. I love that. It is just, ooh, it hits the immersion receptor in your brain really well. I'm gonna probably put one more mat down here for them to do a specific action and leave it at that for the middle floor. And then up here I have this mat backwards, but I just wanted to get her out of the way because she was making me angry earlier. So then right here in the commander's quarters, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I like having the windows boarded up. It kind of adds a level of security, or it feels fortified, I should say. So I feel like I'm gonna leave these up, but at the same time there's not much more I can do here. I think I could fill this in with a few more trophies and maybe another display case right here. And I'm not quite sure what to do after that. I need to finish the Vault Tech DLC because I know there's some decorations I can throw in here for that. So yeah, that's the plan right now. So next step in the building process is to get the kinks out of the main building here. So the next time I'll check in with you guys, everybody should have a uniform in theory, if I remember to do that. There will be outdoor seating on the patio, and I should have some more assigned settlers in the main office building and a couple more things in the cafeteria just to fill out the space a little bit. So I will check back in with you all then. All the guards -1 have military police uniforms, and this would be an example of them right here. I believe it's on the sleeve somewhere. I don't know. Usually it says, oh, well, it's on the patch too, but sometimes they also have lettering, the initials MP, like the US's military police usually have the same. So this is one I put out guarding the main entrance to the experimental tank. Here we have the scientist and mechanics working on it. So there's a couple more details I want to add in here. I haven't quite got all the detail I want in here, but I'm happy with the amount of people working in here. I think 5 is the perfect amount without being crowded. Here's our second military police. Okay guys, this is the last cut-in from post-production me. What you're about to see is going to act as the final commentated tour of the settlement. After reviewing this footage, I really don't know if I like the different format that I tried here. I'm just not that good at live commentary, but practice does make perfect, I suppose. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have a few more settlements in the planning, so I'll see how long I can keep this streak going. And in the next tour, there will definitely be a bigger emphasis on using a script. So we haven't done anything to the wall besides put a couple of propaganda pieces out. So we're going to start with the barracks. You all have probably already seen this, but we have a military but also lived-in barracks here. So I've thrown up a couple more posters just to fill in the wall space a little bit. These are very ugly walls, so I do everything in my power to keep them from being filled up. Alright, so coming past that, that is the barracks building. So now we're going to be in the administrative building. So since you guys have been going along with the build, y'all already pretty much know the lore here. This is going to be an intelligence and R&D base for the Minutemen in this area. I do have an idea for another R&D base, but I'm not going to spoil too much yet because it's still in the planning and I don't know if there's an actual settlement location that's suitable for it to actually make any sense, but I will keep you guys updated on it. So here we have the main office. This is where all the logistics work is going down and the intelligence gathering is. You know, you can kind of see how this is where all the reports are made for the region, and all that's going to be relayed to the commander up here. I decided not to go any deeper with the commander's office quarters. I know there's some you know, empty space over here, but it's not too much of a issue. Here we have his desk. I've thrown a couple things on here just to make it look like yeah, he does research. He has this cool thing that's that he has technology, which means he does R&D. The reason I'm doing this tour fast is because most of the settlers in there are on their mats doing the actions I've assigned to them. So this is the commander's quarters. I gave him a nice cozy little living space right here, and then when we go upstairs, as y'all have already seen, we have his bedroom. Coming through here, nothing has changed on the wharf. I've just thrown a couple more pieces of debris in here to fill in the space and add supports to the wood coming off the front of this guard post. I absolutely love how these have turned out. I already have them at another settlement that you guys will see later. Guard with a 50 cal.
I hope you realize how much you did for us.
So we are going to come over to the main dock here, and I decided to leave this part empty because one, frames, two, I actually kind of like the openness of the space. Now it might not make that much sense, but I do like how it looks now that it's open. And we do have stuff on the dock. I haven't left it completely empty. So we have seating outside, some cleaning supplies, empty bottles, cigarette machine, and now we have the bar. And the bar, you guys have already seen, it's just crammed full of kitchen stuff.
Here to spy on me.
And a cryolator for those who can afford a nice cold beverage. So the last thing we're going to look at before we get into the main section is we're going to actually look in our sort of gun locker slash store. So I ran around for like an hour picking up all the guns that enemies dropped that I thought would be appropriate. I didn't want to put any pipe pistols up, obviously. So I threw a bunch of laser weapons up, assault rifles, combat rifles, shotguns, some pistols, and then some creative clutter stuff in the back to fill in the space. And then this is the immersive vendor store. I didn't want to fill all of the space up. I just don't know how, if that would affect my frame rate insanely or not. And we also did a pretty good job at hiding the generator while also making it look like it belongs there. Like that is where I would put a generator. It's safe, it's under a roof, not much you can do to it. So now the grand finale is here, what we've all been waiting for, and that is the Research and Development Center. So we're going to switch this pylon and the security doors are going to open. I do have a guard posted here. We all know military police. And I can't remember if I talked about these workstations or not. I don't know what mod these came with. I really don't. But it just added all these new workstations. And so I actually did open these, and a menu does come up, but it's blank. There's nothing for me to do with it. so I can only guess what these are actually for. I'm sure they are for some other mod that I have to find on Nexus, and I'm too lazy to do that, and I don't even know if it would add that much to the game, but they look great in settlements. These look, you know, very nice, very used. I love it. They're not just blank. So right here we have the tank that they are working on bringing back to operating capacity. So this is a table just with a bunch of random stuff on it. I didn't place any of this stuff. This is how the table comes, and I thought it looked appropriate, I thought, for the lab area. It is a little more makeshift, but I figured if all the stuff's on this side, they would want to move some of their more valuable tools closer. So then we have my creative clutter workstation here, some more filler. Like I said, this big generator I just found and thought, yeah, it looks like it would go there.
You know what I call a good day?
Some more salvaged institute tech, an explosives workbench. Does this do anything? No, it does not. If it'll let me exit. Come on, let me exit. Thank you. More salvaged institute tech, a couple of random containers. So right here we have our welder, and there's some schematics on the ground right here and some more tools. He's doing a sciencey thing to the back of the tank. He is obviously painting it. That's about as best as I could line up the animation mat. There's just not really any long, uniform surface for him to brush up and down. So I was satisfied with how it looks in this one, though. I think that's fair. And it makes sense that he's towards the back since the tank is painted, so he's doing a couple finishing touches on the last bits there. So this is going to be our head scientist guy. He has the clipboard, which means he has the authority. I threw some extra cables and fuel lines down here, and some empty bins and a jug. She is not on her animation mat, but it is almost impossible to get all 5 of them to do what you want them to do. And then I added some security cameras and another security door on this side, and this one isn't nearly as well integrated to the design as this one is. I thought about doing a barrier of concrete all the way around, but I decided against it. It just didn't look very good, and I thought it'd just be better just to leave it like this, and also a little more believable. I actually need to leave that open so they can get out and their movement doesn't freak out either. And yeah, that's going to be it for this settlement. I hope you guys enjoyed this format that I tried out just on a whim. And I'm going to do the silent tour at night, or you know what, it might be better to do it at day, just for all the people who skip to the very end to actually see the animations go down, because that's what makes it. If there's no NPCs in here, they're going to be like, what, a tank, the hell? So I think we might just film that during the day as well. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this build and tour. I hope you guys enjoyed that format. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it around or not, but I thought it was a fun time, and it kind of kept me going on the settlement. Kind of kept the creative juices flowing. I know it's easy to get bogged down when building these things. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me in this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.